Welcome back, everyone, to Mystic by Colette, the channel dedicated to helping you empower yourself, rewrite your story, and claim your I am. My name is Colette Mesdag, and I am an intuitive guide and the creator of the Mystic Empowerment Card Series. This week's reading is geared around the subject of creative thinking or creative problem solving. And the subject was suggested to us by Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's just a friend who I don't even think he has ever had a card reading done with me, but his comment to me was about, how he often feels that he's stuck in his problem solving. And we had a conversation about thinking more creatively, thinking outside the box. And we got into quite a discussion, and I thought that that would be an incredible topic for this week's discussion. I'm still hoping to get more and more comments and feedback in my comments below here that would be geared around topic suggestions. I think you guys are a little shy, but feel free to write comments, email me, make some suggestions as to what you would like, have a question, or what topics you'd like a reading to be revolving around. So we're going to get right to the reading, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more after the reading. So all set and ready to go with the reading for this week, with the 3 cards, one set out from each of the decks. So the first one is the card from the Mystic Bliss deck for change and transformation. And the second one is from the Mystic Journey deck for healing and nurturing. And our third card from the deck that is called Mystic Men of Magic or Mystic Magic. And that one is for action and awareness. So we're going to flip the first card and see what we have. We have I Am Clarity. So a reminder that our topic for this week is creative problem solving. So when you're faced with a lot of questions or problems and you're looking at finding solutions, it's very important to get clear on what you're trying to achieve in the end result. Because you can be answering or solving the problem, but maybe not being focused on the results that you want. Therefore, you're going to have to do it again. So save yourself some steps, get clear on what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go with this, so that you have an opportunity to be laser focused on where you're going. Now, this card is very important to speak about the fact that clarity, in this particular case, going inwards, is the phrase or the reminder of this card. And in the journey cards, in the bliss cards, I do have phrases at the bottom, which is the only deck so far that has those phrases. And that is in lieu of the numbers or the compass directions of the other 2 decks. So when we look at this phrase, that's an important component to answering the question, or what addressing the creative problem solving is: go within, look within, trust yourself, trust what's inside you. Part of the creativity is having it being birthed from within you, not necessarily be something that's imposed on you. Just be very clear as to what you're trying to achieve. Okay. Our second card is I Am Spirited. It's the number 20, and the element of this card is fire, making it a warrior card. And as a warrior card, it's important to remember that we are speaking about the fire spiritedness of who we are. Okay. And I want to point out in this particular case that we do have a star symbol here and a star symbol within the sphere, even though it's both the cases actually, it's a multi 5-point star, not a traditional 5-star, 5-point star. So there may be, for some of you who are into symbolism, you may want to look up what that means. Okay, that was a bit of a distraction, but let's address the aspect of I am spirited in relationship to problem solving. When you are problem solving and you put your passion behind the desired goals, you will find more creative solutions around the situation, the question. You don't want to be working so hard for something you're not passionate about or spirited about, which is another way of saying passion for me anyway. And fire is the symbol of burning away what is not necessary. So unburden yourself of the things and the questions and the maybe some of the prejudices about some of the questions that you have, and that will open up some room for creative ventures, creative thinking. Okay, so we're going to move on to the third card. This card is in the north. It's one of the pirates from the series in the Mystic Men of Magic deck. And as a pirate, we are speaking about exploring unknown territories, knowing that there's treasure out there, adventure out there. Creative problem solving is really about being adventurous with your thoughts and ideas when faced with a challenge. And you know that with a little bit of digging, a little bit of work, you will find yourself at the other end of the adventure being successful. So I think that's actually pretty succinct. I do find the horizon is really jumping out for me in this particular card. And as the horizon speaks to me often about moving past what your known limits are, because we often relate a horizon with what's not able to be seen from the vantage point that you are currently. So if you move yourself out of the current position, the current frame of mind, current state of awareness into something a little bit more expanded, you will find that you are thinking more creatively and you're looking for solutions in a way that you hadn't thought of before. So creative problem solving in the case of these three cards, I think we are very clear here that, clear in clarity, but it's very clear that it's important to have a very clean idea as to where you're going with your energy to solve a certain problem. Be passionate about what you come up with. Allow yourself to, get fired up about it, and, trust what comes from spirit. That may be an additional message from this card. And as far as the I am uncovering, allow yourself to dig a little deeper. There's a lot of things that we do by habit that help us in a problem-solving situation, but it's not going beyond. So go beyond, uncover, dig a little deeper, and you may find yourself very surprised as to some of the answers to certain questions that you come up with in the process. We're going to go back to the other camera and talk a little bit more before we move on. And I hope that this reading has been powerful for you. I hope you enjoyed the reading this week. I'm going to review the cards once again, as is my habit, and we're going to start with the card that came from the Mystic Bliss series for change and transformation. And as we reviewed in the reading, the I Am Clarity card, in this particular case, with regards to problem solving, is speaking about getting clear as to your destination as well. Because if you do not know what you are looking to achieve, it's really, really, really hard to get clarity. Now, I think I also want to mention with regards to problem solving, you do need to know what your end result is intended to be. And then we can go from there. But a lot of the times, and once again, I know I've mentioned this in the reading, is looking within is important as well. Because we do know, we can check in and know what is going to help us. You can solve a problem, but is it taking you in the right direction? So creative problem solving may require more than one answer. So get clear as to the direction and which of your answers is going to take you where you want to go. Our second card came from the Mystic Journey deck for healing and nurturing. The Feminine Energy deck is the other name for it. And this particular card is a warrior card, or a fire element card. So be passionate, just like fire. Let it consume you. Let the concept at the end result consume you so that you have a broader understanding as to what you want. Fire is also about getting heated up and sticking to your direction, because you may find yourself having a lot of obstacles. Creative problem solving oftentimes means taking a different path, a less traveled path. So you need to be spirited. You need to be fired up about it so that you don't get discouraged by other people's comments and suggestions that are contradictory to where you want to go. By all means, allow yourself to burn brightly with your passion as well as to your subject. And our last card, which came from the Mystic Men of Magic deck, or Mystic Magic deck as is known short form, the deck for action and awareness. And in this particular case, we have a pirate card sitting in the north, and north is about finding home, being clear as to your direction. And as far as creative problem solving, sometimes you got to dig a little, I guess is the message here. And the pirate is also really well known for not necessarily sticking to what is on their known horizon. So looking beyond the horizon, being clear, taking the time to dig where other people may not even consider digging, and enjoy the journey. Be excited about the adventure, because if you are trying to solve a problem and you are discouraged or stuck or feeling heavy, it's going to be much more difficult to think creatively. So put the goal out there, be clear, and be spirited. So be clear, be spirited, and work to uncover what is important to you, and be excited about your opportunities as you explore and uncover. Now, just before we finish up today, I'd like to ask a question. What are some of the, so let's make it the question of the week. What are some ways that you prepare yourself for problem solving? Maybe a tool, whether it's journaling or whatever. So let's have some discussion around that. The upcoming weeks are filled with a lot of events and presentations and talks. If you're interested in any of those, please message me or go to the website to see what is coming up, and we can go from there. And don't forget, I'm still taking registrations for my membership to the Card of the Month Club, allowing you to receive a personal message from me each month in your email. Single card message, lots of information, and a lot of fun. If you are interested in that, let me know. We can sign you up. The other little thing I want to talk about, of course, is I am doing a series of workshops on the empathic experience. And as I'm developing those, more information will be coming up on the website. The plan is to record it. So if you can't be at an event live, we will have an audio recording. And I'm working with a lovely young lady who is an empath and sensitive old soul. kindred spirit of mine, and we are going to have a lot of fun exploring and developing this for our audience and friends. Once again, thank you for joining me this week for the card reading. I look forward to seeing you once again next week. If you have any questions or comments or even suggestions, please make comments below. I am excited about some of the things that are coming up. Hope that you will join me to find out more as the weeks go on. Thank you.